The reason that Chrissy Teigen is going viral again is not only one of the most heinous things that I've ever seen, but in line with some of the things that she's doing or that she has done. If you've ever seen her Twitters, her posts border on actions that should be inexcusable.
Miss Chrissy Teigen has often been candid about her parenting experiences, sparking thoughtful discussions and, yes, debates on topics that are usually considered a bit taboo. And this is one of those moments, you guys. In case you missed it, a couple of days ago, Chrissy Teigen posted a photo of herself soaking in a bathtub on Instagram. Now, this was a carousel, so this was just one of the photos that she posted that caused all of this controversy. She was in the bathtub with her 3 kids in her $18 million mansion she shares with her husband, John Legend. But now the uproar wasn't just about Chrissy daring to share a bath photo. It was about the fact that she wasn't alone, you guys. Rather, with her kids completely naked. Within minutes, the comment section was flooded with people rushing to declare how inappropriate the picture, the act, and Chrissy herself were. Of course, Chrissy is no stranger to the idea that simply existing and posting about it seems to infuriate people. She has tens and tens of millions of followers, but hey, since we're apparently all here to debate the ethics of a celebrity's Instagram post, let's just dive in, shall we? So you may be wondering what's actually happening in the picture and why are people up in arms over this? Now, I blurred the kids and a bit of Chrissy's ta-ta showing, but Chrissy Teigen is in the bathtub with 3 of her 4 kids: Miles, who is 6, Esty, who is 2, and Ren, who is 1. Her eldest, Luna, who is 7, is presumably off doing something else, but the caption of this post was just bah. Now, many people took issue with the post, calling it inappropriate that Chrissy was flaunting her naked body to her kids, especially her 6-year-old. This sparked a familiar debate about whether it's acceptable to co-bath with children. You had tons of people commenting, "Don't you think Miles is a little too old to be in the bathtub with his mother? The bath pic is weird and unnecessary. The tub picture is a little weird. Bathing with your kids is one thing, but is there a need to be topless doing so? I don't care how young or old or close you are to your kids. There's no need to be topless, especially posting it to social media. Just keep it private then." Another user goes, "This is a private picture, not for the world to see. Keep your kids safe." But I will say there were some who defended Chrissy, arguing that nothing weird was happening here, sharing that they've had family baths themselves, and suggested that the outrage was mainly a product of a Western mindset. This person said, "Public service announcement. Nakedness is only because you are making it that way. That's a you problem. Thanks, bye." Someone else says, "These kids have a better relationship with their parents than any of you mom shaming her." This user says, "Love this picture. Mama looks comfortable, boys look happy. No more bro, no bad, nothing. Live your life, people. Cultural shock for many of you here." It's worth noting that what people mostly seem to take issue with wasn't necessarily Chrissy bathing with her kids or even photographing it, but sharing it online, which I understand. This raises a valid concern about exposing children to the wildness that is the internet. While this is always risky, it's especially so when captured during a more vulnerable moment like bathing and having all your body parts out. Aside from the differing opinions, I do have to say I couldn't agree with this comment specifically, shedding light into the importance of the kids' privacy, who clearly and unfortunately do not have the ability to consent to this because they simply don't understand the gravity of the situation and how harmful it could be for them later down the line to have these pictures of them with their moms online. Let's not forget, digital footprint is a real thing. And don't even get me started on the amount of online that would get off to these type of photos, but we also need to talk about how these kids didn't consent to this, which is a whole nother topic that is being brought into this. This is a moment that should be kept private. Naked kids and a naked adult in the bath together should be the last thing someone thinks about putting out on the internet, whether it was innocent or not. As well as this comment, I also agree with this comment, and so did 800 other people. Cringe. Kids deserve privacy too. This comment also got a lot of traction. Why is she always in dirty bathwater? This is a whole nother thing, Chrissy always being in dirty bathwater, but Chrissy later explained under this photo why the water looked so murky. She explained that she had added some coconut milk to the bath, presumably for a more soothing effect, writing, "It's a coconut milk bath for sensitive skin, but go off." Now, I didn't know this, but coconut milk is believed to absorb into the skin with its fatty acids, aiding in moisture retention. As I mentioned, this isn't the first time Chrissy has been called out for being a dirty human, because people feel like she is always bathing in dirty bathwater. She had that controversial moment in June of last year, if you guys remember, where she posted this photo where she was seen bathing, and once again, people were pointing out the water she was in, being like, girl, what's going on? Why are you such a dirty person? Why does it seem like you're constantly bathing in dirty, brown-looking water you'd find down a sewer drain? And she defended herself last year, claiming that she was simply removing her body makeup, and I guess that dirty-looking color was due to the residue. She said in response, "The water is dirty because I'm getting my body makeup off. Like I said in the video, my sweet angels." And to that, people were commenting things like, a shower would have made more sense, but okay. What do you guys think? Me personally, when I'm wearing a whole face of makeup, I also tend to take a full shower because I just feel like makeup wipes and cleansers, maybe it'll cut it, but I just feel more relieved knowing that I also took a full body shower. But as the mom shaming uproar persists, it raises a bigger question. Why do some people find co-bathing controversial when in many cultures, I was surprised to find out it's actually pretty normal? That's right, you guys. While sharing a bath with young children sparks debate in some Western circles, upon research, I found out that communal bathing has been a long-standing tradition in many cultures. Both South Korea and Japan, for example, have public bathhouses that feature designated mineral-rich hot tubs and saunas where parents and children can soak together, and a little further west, families in Scandinavia also enjoy visiting saunas together. Steve Carlton, Chief Clinical Officer at Porch Light Health, agrees that nuance exists in every family, telling parents, "We must first acknowledge that people and circumstances can differ significantly, from differences between families and parenting styles to cultural differences. Noticing others' differences can naturally cause discomfort, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's inappropriate." From a psychological and child developmental standpoint, Carlton explains that for babies and small children, parental nudity is entirely acceptable and can even help with normalizing and accepting their own body. He adds that shared bath time can be a great way to bond, enjoy a fun family time, and educate children about their bodies. But at a certain point, a shift will inevitably happen. Although it will vary by child, Carlton says around age 3 or 4, kids will become curious about anatomy and may start asking questions like, "What is that?" It's important to look for cues from your kids that say their comfort level with nakedness is starting to change. And then there's a bunch of different signs. Now, I want to give Chrissy the benefit of the doubt and say that she didn't think that this was weird or had any harmful intent behind doing this, but as far as posting this to tens of millions of people, I mean, this girl has an insane amount of followers. I wouldn't even post this if I had 0 followers. I am not posting my kids. Digital footprint is a real thing, and you just never know with the internet. But I do feel like she went wrong on that with posting her children. Family vloggers, people posting their kids in general, kids not being able to consent to it. I just think it's uncalled for parents to post their kids, and so do millions of other people, which is why people were so upset with Chrissy when she posted this, more so than the actual moment of her being in a bath with her 6-year-old child himself. But it is interesting to see how many people across the globe view this as taboo or off limits and others don't. Let me know what you guys think though. Do you think there's an issue with a mom bathing with her kids, especially after they reach a certain age? And at what age would you consider it inappropriate for a child to bathe with their mom? With no clothes on, nothing, nada, sheer naked. Let me know in the comments. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.